for you playing this role? Because I've heard that from some actors that say that they don't even think about taking a part unless they're a little scared to play it. I mean, it's just a challenge. Was there some of that here?
No, I was just eager. You know, I wanted the part, and then once I got it, it was obviously a little fear because, well, I'll tell you a story. You want to hear a funny story? Here's a funny story from the movie. This girl really wants to hear it. It's
about time.
About time this guy says something funny. Oh, this is Jonah Hill. So Philip Seymour Hoffman's in the movie. And Brad Pitt is like the coolest guy ever. He's an iconic figure, and I worship all of his movies, specifically his performance in True Romance and Snatch and Fight Club. Those are like my three of my favorite performances ever. Snatch is my favorite performance of his. I think he's like remarkable. But you know, I worship that guy. But Philip Seymour Hoffman to me, he's just unfucking real. Like, there's just not an actor like that in the universe. I mean, you know, my heroes are Dustin Hoffman and Bill Murray, but the modern day Dustin Hoffman and Bill Murray, in my opinion, are John Riley and Philip Seymour Hoffman. Those are the guys. And the reason why Dustin Hoffman and Bill Murray are my heroes is because they do comedy and drama seamlessly. So do Phil and John C. Riley. So, you know, Phil is so fucking good at acting that he hates my character and he hates Brad's character. So a funny story for the movie is I would see on the call sheet, which is like when they say who's there that day, because Brad and I were there like every day, and we would see who was there each day, and we'd see Phil Hoffman's name on the call sheet, and every time I would see his name on there, I would go, shit. Because he hates my character in the movie, and so whenever he's there, I know I'm doing a scene with him, and he's so good at acting, it feels like he genuinely hates you in the scene. So you're doing the scene, and you're like, this guy hates me. He's so mad at me. And a few days we would eat lunch together, and halfway through lunch I go, Phil, you're not mad at me. Something like that, right? You know? You go, no, I'm just acting, man. You're a great guy, you know? Like, so I thought that was funny because, you know, it really was Phil, when he got there, during the rehearsals and stuff, he's so intense and so raw. Brad is so intense and so raw, but he and I were meant to be close. So Phil, as in our best friendship, that cultivated over a year. No, but I can't help but sound like an idiot. This movie just makes you sound like an asshole because there's so many like prestigious people in it. But it felt like he fucking hated me while we were shooting the movie, and maybe he did. But he's a great guy. We hung out in Toronto, and you know, I don't know. It's just this whole thing is fucking surreal and dreamlike. You know, you want to talk about this stuff honestly and genuinely, but I'm like you guys. This feels like a dream. I can't believe I'm in this film.
You're in a movie that's going to be nominated for Oscars. Like, I don't think there's any doubt about it.
The Sinner. Just kidding. No.
Yeah.
Thank you for clapping. I, of course, fuck up my own clapping for a dumb joke. No. I don't know, man. It's just very surreal and dreamlike, and you know how I feel about movies. We've known each other a long time, and I don't know. It's just, I love all different kinds of movies, and to be in a movie that I know people really have enjoyed and treat seriously, and people have been very accepting of my performance, it's just very moving to me. It's very, very moving, and I feel just crazy lucky, and I hate to be genuine with a bunch of strangers because it's not my MO, but it really is nice. And thank you guys for being so nice about it. It's really cool.
So you've been pretty busy lately. You like have your own TV show that you're starting?
Yeah.
Created, and you are You wrote the screenplay for it, if I'm not mistaken, and
It's called How I Met Your Father. It's completely original. Why can't I just accept praise and not make myself look like an ass?
Can you talk about what you're putting in 21 Jump Street, like what you're getting?
Yeah. Oh, the show. Let me talk about the show first, because that is something that I'm equally as proud of in a completely different way. It is fucking insane, that show. It comes on after The Simpsons, okay, and before Family Guy. I'm a product of The Simpsons. That before I understood good movies and was into dramas and cool shit like this, I am raised on The Simpsons. And Dave, basically,
Want to say the name of the show?
yeah, Alan Gregory is the name of the show. Alan Gregory is the name of the show.
Animated.
It's an animated show, and I don't know. Fox asked me if I wanted to do my own animated show, and someone else would write it, and I would be the voice of it. And I was like, fuck that, it's probably going to be stupid. It's going to be like one of your dumb shows. So I was like, no thanks. Which makes me sound like an awful person. But I marched over to my friend's house, Jared, Paul, and Andy Mogul, and their writers who were really talented. I said, the three of us should write a show together. And this is my only advice, not that I have any advice to offer you people, but if anyone ever says, bless you, that was the cutest sneeze I've ever heard. If anyone ever says to you, let me do something for you, say no thank you and do it yourself. Because nothing will ever be as gratifying as something you do yourself, and something you have your own voice into. And the three of us wrote this show. Oh, thank you very much. That's Brad Pitt, everybody. He's gotten way buffer since the last time you've seen him in Fight Club. But the show Alan Gregory is basically, we just wrote it, it's great, and it's really funny, and it's about a young kid who, it looks like I pissed my pants, like, hold on, I just opened this water. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Where the fuck was I in this conversation?
Little kid.
Yeah, he's a 7-year-old Capote, basically. He's the biggest douche ever. And he has 2 fathers, and one of them is a like Paris Hilton type heiress, and he loses all his money, and the kid has to go to elementary school, public school for the first time, and he finds this disgusting to be around normal kids. And it's really fucking cool, and it's really funny and different than all the stuff on Fox in a new and fresh way. And 21 Jump Street, they asked me to adapt that movie, and that's what you came to visit me on. And they asked me, he said, do you want to adapt 21, this was 5 years ago, do you want to adapt 21 Jump Street into a movie? And they go, fuck no, what are you talking about? I don't even know what that is. Because I'm young, like most of you. And I watched it, and I love the idea of young-looking cops going back to high school. And I thought that was funny. Yeah, it sounds insane. But the idea that we cracked, that is the main idea that we love, that is the movie that we made, which is, you know, if you were 25 years old and someone said, do you want to go back to high school? You'd go, fuck yes, because I have all the answers now. It's like having the almanac in Back to the Future 2. You know what is going on. And then what if you go back to high school and you realize you immediately revert back to all the insecurities you had when you were 16 and you have none of the answers. And that idea I found funny and honest and raw, and that's the movie we made. It's myself and Channing Tatum. And Channing Tatum, I think, is genuinely the next Mark Wahlberg. I think he is getting a chance to do something so different than you've ever seen him do. And he is just fucking awesome. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his work. I saw him in Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, and that's what I cast him off of. And he is so talented. And it sucks because he's so handsome. You don't want him to be talented. You want him to be awful. But he's so handsome and talented, you're going to dig him. I'm rambling.